Thank you. All right, here we are. And it's brought to you by Miller Lite. Miller Lite tastes great or less filling. It is both. When it's off-air showtime, it's Miller time. Please enjoy responsibly. What do you got from us today, Murray?
I got a slew of crap I put in my notes. I haven't done this in like a month, so I'll start with this, the big news of the day. Number one, the assassination of the CEO of the United Healthcare Company. Either a corporate hit, in your opinion, or someone really didn't like seeing their grandma die in pain after a claim was denied.
Oh, God, who knows? But what a effed up story that is.
I say corporate hit 100%.
Why?
So a few things have popped here in the last like hour or so. So apparently this Brian Thompson is his name, the CEO of United Healthcare. He might be connected to a stock selling scheme, and he's being investigated by the DOJ.
So he's under investigation?
Yeah, so maybe someone caught wind that he was going to be talking, and he had to go. And I will say, and I offered to show it to you, I don't blame you, some people don't have the stomach for it. I've watched the you can see the video of the assassination.
Yeah, I have no interest.
Yeah, I'm like desensitized to most things on the internet. I've consumed too much of that crap in my life. Just animal stuff. I can't watch that. But, people getting killed like this, I'm like, oh, look at that. What I find interesting, and I believe it's a hit 1,000%, is the calm, cool demeanor of the killer. His gun jams, and it's clear as day his gun jams, and he shows no panic, no nothing, moves slow as could be, just keeps popping away, and then just walks away calmly. It's a professional. It is a professional hit job. There is no doubt in my mind.
No doubt about that. It's just, what is it? Lovers quarrel, corporate hit job, something personal, a deranged person who didn't get his claim, had to deal with insurance companies can be frustrating, and so they just snap and like that. Like it's all.
But I think a hit, because there's also another.
No, it's a hit. It's just who's.
Well, I think a professional, like he's got to go because he's being investigated. He's going to squawk. Someone's got to go here. Because again, if it was a disgruntled, my claim got denied and I'm dying here, I need my interferon or whatever it is, there'd be a little bit more panic there. I don't think that would be as well thought out and coordinated as this seemed to be, and as calm and cool as it looked to be. Again, your gun jams. I know if I'm at the range, I'm like, this guy just is like, cocks it, bang, and then just walks off and then took a city bike. So I found it pretty interesting. It was like, it harkened back to the old days of, when did the hit on
Gotti?
No, well, Gotti did it, but it was in front of Spark Steakhouse. It was Paul Castellano.
Yes.
Like that was maybe the late 80s, early 90s. You haven't had something like that in New York. Like it was a high profile thing like this since then.
Right.
All right. Number two. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it's great. We were on an island. So it was no real Thanksgiving, no turkey, none of that. Just with friends.
Heat and sun.
In St. Bart's, heat and sun and drinking and that thing. Yeah, it was wonderful. It's great. Then like the guilty pleasure of like, I wasn't able to watch a ton of sports because not every place had it, but I did make a point of going to a bar and watching the Packer game at night in the bar, smoking Cuban cigars. It's one of those because it's in the.
Oh yeah. There's like no law. There's like no rules with
Cuban cigars. Oh, it's just wonderful. So yeah, it was fun. It's tremendous. The only issue is the place is so goddamn expensive. It leaves a mark.
3. Dead & Company just announced they're returning to the Las Vegas Sphere this spring. You going back again? It happens from March through May. Have you booked your tickets?
Oh, yeah. I booked my plane ticket today. March 20th, 21st, 22nd. That's the opening 3 nights.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be looking at the opening 3 and the closing 3. I went to the closing 3 last year, and it was tremendous.
Yep.
They tend to leave it all out.
And his hand, Mayer's hand's going to be better, right?
Well, his hand was fucked up, and he took off his stupid bandage on the final set of the third night. And it was awesome. But he was hobbled the first 2 nights, which really put a damper on it. But it was just the last night was cool. You could tell they emptied the bucket and it was kind of heartfelt and they were all hugging each other at the end of it. It was kind of cool.
Are there going to be any new wrinkles?
Oh, yeah. So the first night, all sorts of new wrinkles. You'll find out if they've, if they're working any new songs or, new old songs into the.
So it'll be different set lists.
Into the mix. So they're always different set lists, but it is sort of a rotation, every 4 or 5 shows, they kind of have to reset and, they'll go back and play things that they haven't played for 3 or 4 shows. They run out of songs eventually. But night 1, night 2, night 3, you'll get you'll see any debuts, any new songs. The graphics will be new. Like first night. Yes, I am fucking in.
All right. Next, if you're on Spotify, are you a Spotify guy?
Yeah, I am a Spotify guy.
Did you get your Spotify Wrapped? What's your Spotify Wrapped?
I don't know what that means.
Oh, everyone, come on. This is like the hot thing. Yeah, at the end of the year, you get your Spotify Wrapped, and it tells you what you listen to the most.
So
if you go to it now.
Okay, I'm in it. So it's in my daughter's name. But okay, Wrapped.
Yeah, and that'll and then scroll. Just oh no, hold on. Go down. Get your there. Oh, Frank Ocean.
What is that?
That's from like 10 years ago, Frank Ocean.
So why does it again? I share it with my daughter, so I don't even know what that is.
Go to the end, like scroll to the.
Go to the next one. Pearl Jam.
Okay. You might be getting a call, but either way, I was
keep going.
So my top artists were The Strokes.
I see how this goes.
Alice in Chains, Radiohead, Don Henley, and the Smashing Pumpkins, which I feel like I didn't listen to a lot in 2024, but apparently my Spotify rap tells me I did.
Don Henley?
Yeah, because I got big into so this will make sense. My top songs in 2024 were Faint from Linkin Park because I was trying to learn it on guitar. King of Pain from Police because I love that song. Yep. Number 3, Sunset Grill, Don Henley. I went through a big sunset down at the sunset.
Yeah, sure.
And like listening to that, like I call it like Reagan rock, songs you would hear in like beer commercials back in the 80s. So I went through like a big phase of that. Clarity, and then Love Will Tear Us Apart from Joy Division. Maybe I was extra mopey in the summer, but those are my top songs. So if you go to our end, it'll tell you.
I don't know how to go to the end. I also want to hear the third one. My biggest listening day was April 20th with 709 minutes.
That's a big listening day.
Possible.
You traveling that day on a long flight? I definitely don't know what that song is.
It's my daughter. Okay. Anyway.
All right.
Cool. All right. Well, maybe we'll check
the Spotify rap is fun. Then you get to share it online, and everyone is like, "I don't care about your Spotify rap." Before we go to questions, I have recommendations for you, the people. One I mentioned to you and Maz the other day on HBO, the Music Box Yacht Rock documentary. Even if you don't like yacht rock, I think it's worth watching. It's one of the better music documentaries I've watched in a little while, and I like that kind of genre of music. Michael McDonald, Toto, things like that. But it's interesting to see the influence of like these Toto guys. They played on so many other records and like big monster records like Thriller, and like they're just some of the most successful session musicians ever. And I didn't know this. Like their tentacles go far and wide. So that's worth watching. And Kelly, did you like Cruel Intentions, the movie back in the 90s? This Cruel Intentions show on Amazon. My wife and I were looking for something one night, and I'm like, I like the movie, and everyone was hot in the movie. Sure. Let's put this on. It's 10 of 10. It's fucking great. All these actors I've never even seen before. They're all perfectly cast. It's written well. It's snarky. It's sexy. It's funny. It's great. If you have Amazon, you'd probably be like, I'm not watching this remake crap. I'm telling you, there's only 8 episodes. Cruel Intentions, the remake show. It's great. And the main hot girl looks just like Livy Dunn. So if you get a bit of a perv in you too, you're like, all right, this is a win-win all around. Show is a 10 of 10.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Let's go to the people.
All right. Did you see the report that Soto's sister has been looking for apartments in the Boston area?
Everything online's a crock of shit. Everything on Juan Soto online is a giant crock of shit. Period. End of story. I don't believe any of it. Also, you're looking for another one?
Yep.
It finally is the bye week, the final bye week in all of the NFL. And I will be going to Detroit Friday morning for the MAC championship. Because usually, like Dana, who you know, my buddy Derek, will go to the bye week normally falls at a normal time. We'll go to a college game. It falls late. So the best we can do is the MAC championship. How much do you think it is for a box in Ford Field to see the
Western Michigan? Or what
it's Miami of Ohio and the Ohio Bobcats. So it's a lot of Ohio on Saturday afternoon at noon. The box is only $600.
I was going to say $200.
No, $600. And they keep sending us emails like, please buy booze and food. Like we're begging you, please. So yeah, and then we're going to do the double dip because the Red Wings are home that night against Colorado.
So let's go to Detroit in December during the bye week.
Yeah, it's a cheap trip. And it's a bang, bang, boom. We're in on Friday, out Sunday. Just something to do.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt Stone asked me, Felger, have you ever been arrested? Not judging, just curious. Maybe shit-faced in Wisconsin as a kid. I was arrested. I don't know if I was technically arrested. I wasn't put in cuffs.
PC'd for protective custody for
I was not put into custody. I was not put in handcuffs. I was definitely cited, and I definitely had to go stand before the judge, and we got community service. So I just don't know if it was technically arrested, but smoking weed in a car before the Allman Brothers in I'm going to guess 1993 in Sunrise, Florida. So
Okay.
around that time, early 90s, Sunrise, Florida, smoking weed in the car. This fucking asshole was busting kids smoking weed in the parking lot.
No, that's
like
that's
get a
cheesy.
fucking like. And I'd say arrested. I did the record was sealed or it was never on the record. I can't remember exactly. I know that whatever we got, it was either sealed or not put on the record, but we had to serve community service. So we went to the courthouse 3 or 4 times, and our job was to clean up the outdoor parking lot. So we sign in, go out, go to the beach, smoke pot, and come back and sign out. And that was that. I feel guilty not fulfilling my community service properly, but that's my only story. You, Murray, have you ever been arrested?
No, shockingly not.
Come on.
Swear to
Come on,
my
Murray.
parents, I've never been arrested. Now, I've been brought in for questioning for a couple of things.
Oh, what were you questioned on?
Shooting up much of Melrose with frozen paintballs with a paintball gun.
And did you have any information for the authorities on that?
No. No. And then another one was bad. It was like a dirtbag fight with some, we were the Melrose kids, some Wakefield kids. Someone got stabbed.
Ooh.
So brought in questioning on that, but no, never arrested, shockingly enough. And I would think I have come close. No, knock on wood. God. Never arrested. I would think come close, but it never happened, thankfully.
I mean, you take out anything drug or alcohol related, and I can't even think of anything that I would be arrested for. I might just.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll still, if I got to pee, I'm peeing. Like, and they can get you for.
Oh, public urination.
Yeah.
You can actually get arrested for that.
Well, I think it's like isn't it like isn't it like a sex crime or something like that?
Is it really?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. It's on that. Yeah. But if I got to go, I'm going. So, if I get popped for that, it is what it is.
All right. There's an Aaron Rodgers documentary.
Yes. Oh, you haven't seen oh, you know what? I'll send you the link for the preview. The preview has hit the internet last night. It is the douchiest thing you'll ever see because it shows him wearing like brainwave monitors, and then he's with like a shaman and a bunch of shirtless dudes in the woods, and they're like smoking God knows what. Like it's a whole thing, and it's like Journey into the Mind of Aaron Rodgers, which this thing would be a little bit more appropriate maybe if they were a decent team and in the playoff hunt, but at 3 and whatever the fuck they are, 3-9, like the Patriots, 3-10, like who gives a fuck? You should have come up with this like back in September when you were still kind of above water. Now, I mean, it'll be interesting just to see what of a douchebag he comes off as, but I just feel like they kind of swung and missed in terms of the timing of releasing this thing.
Shane says, Felger, you got any recommendations for cigars or just a casual smoker? I love cigars. I love Cuban cigars, but I'm not like, this brand or this flavor or this leaf or like, fuck, I'm not that. I like to drink, I like to smoke the Trinidad's because it was Fidel Castro's cigar.
Oh.
Fidel Castro had a preferred cigar, the Trinidad. It might have been his,
his brand.
Yeah, his brand or his valley or what. Like, I can't remember the full story, but I love Trinidad's, but it really doesn't matter. Just so it's Cuban, I'll take it, man. It's fucking just come to Papa.
Yeah, and once you have them, like, they're amazing. They're so much different than Dominican cigars. They hit like I don't know what it is with the leaf or whatever it is that they get in Cuba, but like they hit you like a brick.
Well, no, it's kind of like wine. It depends on the valley and
the
leaf, and it's all dependent on, like, for wine it would be the grapes, and for tobacco it's the leaf. And there's just something about these valleys in Cuba that are just ideal for
growing tobacco.
For growing tobacco, like vineyards would be ideal for white. It's very similar. And it's just the strength of them.
Yeah.
How smooth and strong they are is just.
Yeah, it might not be the most cultured take for me. I've always said this about Cuban cigars. If Cuban, it good. Like, it's just like, and I don't really need to get into the nitty gritty of like, oh, try this Maduro, like whatever. If you got a Cuban cigar and you want to give me one, like, or sell me one, I'm in.
I'm smoking it. Either of you watch Those About to Die on Peacock?
I don't know that.
Peacock's
I don't subscribe to the cock.
Okay.
Yeah.
The cock's next on my list. I'm getting peacocked in like 3 or 4 different orifices.
Yeah.
Okay. Though I figured out last night I was getting doubled up on ESPN Plus for like a couple of years. So fuck you, Disney, for seriously making me go through all that. You knew it. You fucking knew it that I was doubled up for a couple of years at least. You fucking knew you were double dipping me, and you let that happen. And then it took hell on earth for me to cancel one of the two. So fuck off. But Peacock's next. I'm getting peacocked. I know. I have like 3 different, because what happens is you sign up for something and Peacock comes with it for a 3-month free trial, and then they start charging you.
Yeah.
So you don't even know that you've really signed up for the fucking thing.
Right.
It just comes with this other thing. And the next thing you know, like
You've
maybe
just
it's a
been
credit
enrolled.
card, or maybe it's another subscription to something. And this comes with 6 months of free Peacock, after which you get the regular rate. And so now you've signed up for this thing. You didn't sign up for Peacock, and you didn't even know you got the cock. And the next thing you know, you've got all these Peacock subscriptions. So you're next. I'm coming after you.
Well, while you're on this, the one that I kind of told my wife, and she wanted to watch something else on HBO because we don't want to pay for these things anymore. She's like, how will we get HBO? They were running like a Black Friday deal on it. I was like, all right, get it. And
HBO Max.
HBO Max, whatever the hell it is. Yeah, man.
Fucking pay for that too.
And so, I wanted it for that yacht rock thing, but I was like, just in terms of background noise, I want to have something on, whether it's, you and Holly at night, and after that, like from 11 to 1 when I'm up, I'm like, I need something on. I can't have Seinfeld on anymore because it's not on stupid TV, which makes me crazy. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to The Sopranos, have that on the background while I play guitar or whatever. They put fucking commercials in.
Oh, God.
In The Sopranos.
Oh, my God.
You greedy fucks.
And there's no way to, is there a level of subscription you can get without
I'm
the commercial?
sure there is, but for, the $2.99 that we got on Black Friday, but if anyone watching, it's so jarring to have a commercial crammed into that show. It's just, you're like, oh no, like because you watched it back when it came out. You probably rewatched it a million times, like I have. To have like a Downey commercial come in after Tony's like, Jesus Christ, Carmelo. You're like, fuck you. No, it just feels so wrong. And it just, how much do you need? You're already getting us. Like Mike has said, you can't unsubscribe from these fucking things. Then you double up, triple up. You need that crowbar in commercials to these, some of the greatest shows of all time. So you got to get an extra couple of bucks. Oh, the first time it happened, I was like, what is this? Oh, you fucks. So there you go.
Use Chuck, as many people said, use Amazon to sign up for your apps, Breeze to cancel. No, I'm not using this app to manage more apps.
That's Mazian in nature. Is what
the answer, and he was lying when he said he didn't have an app or a password control app or something.
Yeah.
He fucking has like 3 or 4 different apps that manage all of his other apps. He does.
Yeah.
He has an app management system. That's another app. I am not going to get an app. The answer to my problem is not another fucking app.
Yeah, right.
Right. It's getting, I'm trying to eliminate apps, not increase apps. So I'm not using an app to manage my apps. Fuck right off with that. That's one that goes right up my ass. We'll get this. No, I'm not getting any more things.
Mass was definitely full of shit with that too. I don't have an app.
No way.
You definitely have an app.
Liar.
Alerts. Subscription is ending. Oh, okay.
Jim, you play mostly lead kind of stuff or rhythm stuff?
It depends. So I think I've mentioned before, like if I hear a song that a song I like, or I hear it on the radio, or it's on my Spotify Wrapped or whatever, something gets stuck in my ear. I'm like, I think I want to go home and try to learn that tonight, because you can find a treasure trove of stuff on YouTube. It's easier to learn an instrument now than it ever has been, which is great. So the recent one, there's been this clip of Lindsey Buckingham at some thing on stage recently where
sort of an underrated guitarist,
wildly underrated,
tremendous guitarist. He plays like, he even like plays it uniquely, like you ever see him like do it with his thumb?
Yes.
He fucking hammers it with his thumb, right?
So so it was Never Going Back Again. It's only like 2 minutes long, acoustic. I've been trying to learn that recently over like the last week. It's tough. It doesn't, but I look at it, I'm like, I can learn that. And sometimes the fun of this is to look up a song that you would think would be easy and it's not. So I don't know. It's like trying to figure out a puzzle. It depends. Like I can do some leady stuff. I'm not that technically talented, but I can play probably play 5 to 8 songs decent enough. Like that I'm comfortable with.
The soup to nuts.
Yeah, soup to nuts. Yeah, like so, we did the thing making fun of Jeremy Swayman with the Amazon documentary like a month and a half ago, whatever it was. Like I actually played the guitar on like pretending to be Jeremy Swayman. And so one of them was Say Hello to Heaven by Temple of the Dog. Like I can play that song soup to nuts, including the solo.
Awesome. Let's see. Will Marion Manchester be there tomorrow? Asks Will. She usually shows up.
I feel like that's a lock.
With some pecan pie.
Yeah. And some bottles of Ouzo.
Yes.
There's always like a gift bag from Mary.
Yes.
And she tells you always what they Ouzo. You can drink it, or put it on your chest if you have a cold. And I've done that. It works, Mary. Like, it legitimately works.
Let's see.
That's going to be the easiest commute in history for you tomorrow.
Oh my God, I can't wait. I'm gonna
It's
walk
like
across the fucking street. It's wonderful. So excited. Cam in Taunton wants to know, what are the good concessions at the Sphere? The good concessions. Concessions?
I didn't.
Who gives a fuck about concessions?
Once I was in.
What are you fucking talking about?
Right, I don't
like,
even
where to go get a good corn dog? Like, what? I'm not eating.
Did someone get me I don't even remember. I don't think I even had a drink. Because once we're eating other shit, bro. Like, I'm not there to fucking have a slice of pizza. Yeah, right. I don't remember concessions. The concessions were not on my mind.
I sip on a beer or a seltzer like that. Yes. I don't remember the concessions.
I don't either. Once I was in, and then on the GA for that U2 show, they shoved you in like you were a train in Tokyo. And once I was in, I was not moving. That was it. I got yelled at by like 3 women. I can't see. Like, that's a you problem, lady. Be taller. I'm not moving. I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
The Sphere, though.
Stuff's starting to kick in. I'm starting to freak out just a tad in a big crowd. So I'm just going to stand and you leave me alone and stop yelling at me.
I'm not worried about the concessions.
So, yeah, I'm not. And normally, like, Cam, I'm with you. I'm not trying to pile on. I'm like, can I get a good corn dog here? Can I get a nice slice?
You do want to know that.
You know, I like, there's a place, this Ford Field thing situation on Saturday. I said to Dana, I'm like, I'd like to see the menu. Like, let's think about this. Maybe
you want to see the menu at the fucking stadium?
Well, if we're going to get a box for $600, maybe we should consider getting some nice apps for me and the boys. Let's see what the offerings. Email me the menu. So, in certain situations, I'd like to know what they have for concessions. At the Sphere, when I've eaten mushrooms, not so much.
Not there to eat.
Yeah.
I'd like to have a beer in my hand at all times.
Yeah,
yes, so that I will do. But that's the nearest stand. I don't have a specific place for you. A lot of people want to know what I said to the Disney rep. Well,
you compared it to 2 of the craziest phone calls made by famous people in the last 20 years, with Alec Baldwin to his daughter and Mel Gibson to his, I think, then wife.
It's all I can compare it to. Yeah. If you remember the Mel Gibson tape phone call
to me,
or the again, I'm gonna say Alec Baldwin. He calls his daughter a pig.
Yeah.
It's not just the exact words that I said. It was
that's
the
now
tone.
Justin Bieber's wife, I think, is who he's talking to in that phone call.
Is that right?
Yeah. I think
no
that's
way.
it. Yeah.
Oh, who knew? It's just the deranged nature of it. And anything, the people on the other line were perfectly nice and did nothing wrong. But just the
you pigs know what you're doing.
Now you know what you're doing. Go fuck yourself. There's some go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
There's you fucking people. You understand how you are horrible people. Like I call them bad people, and you should be ashamed of yourself and go fuck yourself. Is that and and then just me act like a petulant 4-year-old with swears. Like what the fuck am I going to do now? I don't know what the email. I don't have the fucking. I just gave you 2 fucking zip codes and 4 goddamn email addresses, and I've given you all my fucking credit card numbers. So now what? You don't have it? No, sir. We have. Well, then go. Well, fuck. I'm not going fucking anywhere until we figure. So it's just deranged.
Yeah, and on the other end is okay, sir.
Complete unleashing. It would be so bad if anyone ever heard it. Be like, it'd be so embarrassing. It'd be so embarrassing. They can't release that. So it's against the law for you to release that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And again, the people on the other line did nothing wrong, especially the poor gal from the Philippines. She got it. She got it quick. Where are you? Where are you calling me from? Where am I talking to you from? Give me someone in the fucking U.S.
Oh, boy.
Can I get someone in the fuck? Sir, you have to hang up and dial.
Yeah,
I apologize.
Roll the dice and hook.
Again, perfectly nice. They did nothing wrong. And I have nothing against Filipinos or foreign people at all. It's just another trigger. It's just another thing to get pissed off about, because there's going to be a delay with the overseas call and a little bit of a language barrier. You can tell they're in a call center and there's chatter in the background. I don't want to fucking talk to a call center overseas. Get me to the fucking States. Sir, we can't do that. Fuck yourself. You are bad. So it's like that. It's like that for like an hour and 20 minutes. And it's
get me to the States.
It's so bad. It's so bad. But I got it.
Yeah.
I finally got it. I finally got a guy to say, okay, I got the cancellation here, but this is a different department. Of course it's a fucking different department. Why would I just be able to fucking call up and cancel? You wouldn't do that. You would make that would be too consumer friendly. That'd be too fair for you to fucking do that. We have to be on hold with someone else. Yes, sir, that is the protocol. I do have to call someone else. I have them on hold with me. I'm just waiting for it to go. Fuck yourself. You are bad people. So it's just like that on and on and on. But I'm not getting off. Don't you fucking hang up on me. I'm not getting off till we figure this out. And after an hour and 20 minutes, we got
completed.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. You're bad people. Click.
Your heart rate's been through the roof.
Oh my God. And I had other things I needed to do and I didn't do them just for this, just to save my $105 on the year. Oh, but it felt so good. I couldn't believe it actually worked. It actually happened, which means Peacock, you're next. I can't wait to fucking take you people on. You are next. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. Will says no more puppets. No. Hardy was kind enough to do a puppets last week. I have a puppeteer. I've had two people reach out to me.
The puppeteer pipeline, I believe.
I have a puppeteer in the Boston area who's willing to give it a crack. And I have a class out in Western Mass of students, maybe it's high school students even, who are creative writing or broadcast, something creative related. And he said, I'll give these to my students and see if they will do it. So starting the new year, we're going to,
all right, good.
We're going to farm out the little fellas and see if people can come up with something. All right. See, even just me reliving that is,
I could tell,
but that's it. That you want to know what it is? That's what it is.
Feel the energy.
Oh, that's what it is. It's fucking Alec Baldwin with his daughter, and the Mel Gibson was
Mel Gibson was like crazy.
You and I, you.
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah. Again, there's a foaming to the mouth.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You lied to me. Oh. Joe asked anyone hang up on you. Yep.
Oh, that's one
guy did. And I deserved it. I was just way over the top. So the first guy, after about like almost a half hour, hung up on me. Then I got the poor gal in the Philippines that was a short one. And then I called back and got another guy, and I was on with him for about 40 minutes, and God bless his heart. He put up with me for an extended period of time. So I actually give him credit. Like the
hang up makes me crazy because I feel I'm never going to get back into queue. Because anytime I have lost my mind, it's been StubHub was one of the last recent ones because they had F something up. And then if it's on with like an airline, if you get hung up on, especially if you've been on for like an hour trying to resolve an issue, you're like, oh my God.
But I got to say, on this end, what makes it evil is that you just can't figure it out on the.
You're right.
You just can't.
It should be that push of a few buttons.
You just can't do it online. Okay. So, and I tried that. So I was online for a while. It gives you a number to call. The whole time to get a representative was not bad. 5 to 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you got someone, they tried to help. And the first guy gave me more time than I deserved because I was awful to him. And the third guy gave me more time than I deserved because I was awful to him. And they actually it's like that end of it, the calling in part, I was surprised that they were surprisingly attentive and there for me. It's the online thing that's just so egregious. And also them knowing they've charged me twice. Like, you fucking know.
Right.
You know.
No, and they're just going to let it ride.
It's so hard. So like the biggest hurdle was figure out which account it was and how for them to help me. I needed all my credentials because Sarah had logged in on her. I had logged in on mine. Sarah loses a credit card every 2 fucking weeks. So there's always a different credit card number. We have 14,000 credit card numbers out there. Most of them are inactive, but some are, I don't know what's on their fucking account or what, like, I don't know. And so you have to give them the right email address with the right last 4 digits of the credit card that was used in conjunction with your mailing zip code. And again, we've just moved from Wellesley to the Seaport, and then we haven't changed our address and everything. So is it 02481? Is it 021? So just like you fucking can find my account, you assholes. Like, don't make me go through all of that to find the right account. We ultimately did, but like, that is such a dick move on their part. And they make it so hard to cancel online. It's such a dick move. But the people online were actually helpful.
After getting berated after
no,
90 minutes.
I was definitely the problem. But if they release that audio, I'm going to fucking find you and sue your ass. That is not for the public domain. That's what those people I don't know. This sounds kind of cruel, but that comes with the job. You're going to sit there and get yelled at if you're a customer.
Oh yeah, no, they know that
service
going
rep
in.
on the
Yeah,
phone.
I think people know that.
You know, like, come on. All right, I'm done. I gave you what happened.
Yeah, there you go. That was bonus material for you.
Let's just do one more, and then we'll get out of here. Da. Chris says, isn't technology supposed to get easier to use with more time that goes by? Whatever happened to that? No, technology does not make our lives easier, and things are not getting any more easier, or no, it's getting worse, and that's a fact, and you know it.
More cumbersome too, time consuming, pain in the ass, frustrating.
Jim, how much did you win on that sale bet, and have you paid it off?
It was 50-1 at what did I put on? $50. So I ended up with over $2,000. Yeah. And I
give it away to the people.
Yeah, I gave the $500 away. What a tedious process. There's been times in my life, just real quick, where I have realized quickly, like I have been the walking epitome of no good deed goes unpunished. And this time in particular too, where I was like, well, now I want to try to do this as democratically as possible. I just told people here's this video, leave a comment under, put the hashtag spite money in your Venmo account. And there was so many of them. And then I found this thing, a buddy recommended it to me. He was like, well, use this like online spin wheel you can do. And then I tediously put in all the, like when I got to like 100, I'm like, what have I done?
Seriously.
Like, yeah.
You had to input each submission?
People's Twitter handle. It was like, at Steve123.
Yeah, right.
I can copy. Even when I was like copy and paste, I was like, fuck me. Like, why have I done this? But yeah, I put them all in. And then you people are dicks. So at like 150, the 150 mark, I'm like, here's what I'm using. Letting you know, I'm going to, end of Friday's show, 6 p.m. I'm going to spin this. I'll go live. Some dickhead was like, I don't see my name on there. Like,
fuck off.
Like, they're all going in, buddy. And and I put his in too, but there's part of me like, yeah, this was a spite bet. Like I should spitefully leave him out because what if it lands on him? Am I going to give this prick $500? But it didn't. The guy who won it was like super nice and was pumped about it. So yeah, I just randomly hit it, clicked on it, it landed on this one dude. He follows. Oh yeah, other people hit me up that you didn't follow me. You think you were getting $500? Like fuck off. So yeah, it went to a guy who seemingly is like a listener of the show and a fan, and that's all good. So.
It is so Red Sox though.
It's the best.
The fucking guy couldn't get on the field for the life of him. A hard sneeze sent him to the disabled list.
Getting in bicycle accidents and
couldn't go to fucking Pino's in Cleveland Circle for a slice without fucking flipping over his bike handles and losing half the season. You know what I mean? Like 5 years of nothing nonsense bullshit. He goes to Atlanta and wins it. It's like
the first of his career.
Oh my God. Like that is just so Red Sox.
And part of me wanted to place one on the St. Louis Blues once Montgomery got hired there too, but I think he's a boob and they kind of suck. So I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. Anyway, there's that. We're at the Seaport tomorrow for the annual Christmas in the City live auction.
Yep.
You can go to christmasinthecity.org if you want to make a donation to a great cause. Next week's off-air show will be Tuesday with myself and Big Jimmy Stewart.
Yes, Jay Stu making an off-air show appearance next week.
Jay Stu next week on the off-air show. Again, thanks to Miller Lite for sponsoring. Thanks to Kelly, as always, for standing by.
Thanks, Kelly.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.